The screams were deafening. Smoke choked the air, and flames danced across the collapsing school building. Lisa froze, her eyes darting between two figures trapped in the chaos. Her daughter, Mia, barely conscious, lay pinned under debris, blood pooling around her tiny body. And then there was her ex-boyfriend, David, shouting frantically, pointing at his daughter, Emma, who was sobbing in a corner with a small cut on her arm. "Lisa, please. Save Emma." David's voice cut through the chaos. "I can't lose her too." Her heart pounded in her chest as she looked at her husband, Mark, who had just arrived, fighting his way through the crowd. His eyes locked with hers, pleading silently. "Mia needs you," he mouthed, but his voice was drowned by the commotion. Lisa hesitated, torn by a decision she never imagined she would face. Lisa was a compassionate woman, a renowned doctor, and a dedicated mother. Married to Mark, a wealthy CEO, they lived a life of luxury and love. Their daughter, Mia, was the light of their lives. But everything changed the day she ran into David, her ex. David's wife had passed away, leaving him alone to care for their daughter, Emma. He painted a pitiful picture of his struggles as a single father, claiming he couldn't afford to give Emma a proper education, and how he spent all his life savings and also lost his job taking care of his wife before she died. David's words dripped with sorrow, but underneath his sad story lay a man with a dangerous agenda. Lisa, moved by his plight, decided to help. She enrolled Emma in the same elite school as Mia and even began supporting David financially. But she had no idea she was opening the door to chaos. The manipulation began subtly. When Lisa mentioned her daughter's upcoming birthday party, David, overhearing the conversation, asked if she could take Emma shopping instead. "She's never had a proper birthday since her mother died," he said. Lisa's heart softened. She agreed, leaving her own daughter's preparations to take Emma out, buying her dresses, toys, and a cake. Back home, her husband and Mia sat by the untouched birthday cake, their smiles fading as hours passed. The joy of Mia's special day was overshadowed by Lisa's absence. Her husband, Mark, tried to talk to her. "Lisa, you're neglecting us for someone who doesn't belong in our lives anymore." But Lisa brushed it off, saying Mia has both parents but Emma just has her dad, and that she will always be there for her daughter, but David can't take care of her daughter alone. That is the reason she is helping out and pleading for Mark to understand and support her. She believed she was doing the right thing. Mark warned her repeatedly. "You're crossing boundaries, Lisa. He's manipulating you. Our family should come first." But Lisa dismissed his concerns. "I'm just helping Mark. There's nothing between us. I can't turn my back on a child in need." Over time, David's requests grew bolder. From school fees to medical bills, he leaned heavily on Lisa, always under the guise of needing help for Emma. Emma, David's daughter, was no innocent victim. She had learned her father's manipulative tricks and used them with precision. She often played the helpless little girl, tugging at Lisa's emotions, which made Lisa not to decline any of their demands. Lisa's focus shifted. She spent more time worrying about David and Emma than her own family. Mark grew distant, frustrated by her unwillingness to see the damage she was causing. On the day of the fire, Lisa's world unraveled. When she reached the school as part of the emergency response team, she found Mia trapped and bleeding. She knelt beside her daughter, her hands trembling as she assessed the injuries. Mia's voice was faint but desperate. "Mama, don't leave me." And then David appeared, screaming for her attention. "Lisa, Emma needs you. She's hurt." Lisa faltered. David's pleading eyes bore into her, and guilt gnawed at her soul. She turned to Mark, who had just arrived, his face a mask of fury and heartbreak. "Save Mia," he begged. "She needs you more than anyone." But Lisa's mind was clouded. Believing her husband could handle their daughter, she ran to Emma, who was crying but largely unharmed. She was disappointed when she noticed that Emma wasn't hurt and asked David why he called for her help, knowing that his daughter was okay and she left her daughter needed her most. Emma, noticing Lisa was angry at her dad, decided to become manipulative and pretended she couldn't breathe properly, knowing that Lisa would not refuse her. and immediately she was rushed to the hospital in the last ambulance available. By the time another ambulance got to the scene with Lisa to take Mia to the hospital, it was too late. Mia had succumbed to her injuries. Mark's grief turned to rage. "You chose them over us," he spat, his voice breaking. "You let our daughter die." The days that followed were unbearable. Mark filed for divorce and stripped her of everything she had enjoyed from him. Unwilling to stay in a marriage where he felt second to a man who had manipulated his wife, David, cut off from Lisa's support, revealed his true colors. He tried to extort money from her, but she had nothing left to give. Karma came swiftly. David's financial schemes crumbled, and when Emma fell seriously ill, he couldn't afford the life-saving surgery she needed. She passed away in his arms, leaving him with nothing but regret. Lisa, now alone, haunted by the choices she had made, resigned from her job and withdrew from society. She began volunteering at an orphanage. One day, she met a little girl who reminded her of Mia and decided to adopt her, hoping to honor her daughter's memory and find redemption. She spent her days visiting Mia's grave, whispering apologies that would never be enough. The story of Dr. Lisa is a painful reminder of how misplaced priorities can cost us everything we hold dear. It teaches us to treasure those who truly matter and to be wary of those who might take advantage of our kindness. What do you think about her decisions? Was she too trusting, or was she just trying to help? Let me know in the comments below. If you enjoyed this story and want more captivating tales like this, don't forget to hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, and turn on the notification bell so you never miss an update. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next story.